The other thing in terms of that, so you help her create the list of people she's going to invite, but tip number 4 is the more ways she invites, the better. Remember I referred back to, 25 years ago in the 80s, all you had was snail mail and the phone. Now you have lots of different mediums by which you can communicate with people. And not only does she need to have a bigger list of people to invite, she needs to increase the ways in which she invites people. She can mail reminder cards. You can use our reminder postcards that we have. You can do personal phone calls, which are still the best way to invite people. You can send emails. You can post on Facebook. You can send Twitter updates. You can do any number of things. You can use a service called Evites, which is a free email invitation that you can send, evites.com, and you can send an invitation, and they can respond and tell you if they're coming or not. But the more ways she invites, the better. It's kind of like when we talk about in our booking training that the very best bookers over-communicate. So do the very best hostesses. They over-communicate to their friends about when their show will be held. So the more ways she invites guests, the better. Tip number 5, use the Take-A-Pics to reward key behaviors. Now these Take-A-Pics may be different depending on where you're at in your franchise. Check with your manager and president. But Take-A-Pics or special incentives are offered to drive 3 key show behaviors. And these key before show behaviors really will ensure successful shows. Those 3 key behaviors are number 1, 7 or more guests in attendance. Our average show attendance as a company and in the industry is about 4.5. And so 7 is a key driving point to have a good number of guests, 7 in attendance. That also ensures, remember, 2 bookings. Second, encourage you to have $100 or more in outside orders before the show. A hostess who has 7 people coming and $100 in orders before the show won't cancel. In fact, she'll have a really successful show. And thirdly, have 1 booking in waiting. Someone who can attend the show, but who the hostess has talked to and will book a show herself. Now, your Take-A-Pics or your special incentives may look like this. They also may be special gifts that are offered in your franchise. But remember those 3 key before show behaviors. Because if you really communicate these and really drive these, 7 or more in attendance, 100 or more in outside orders, and 1 booking and waiting, you are sure to have a super successful show. And tip number 6 I'll share with you is this, that even working with and really driving your hostess to have those 3 before show behaviors done, success will begot success. You need to reward the benefits of hostess coaching at the show for everyone to see. And soon your hostess will just assume that everybody, every booking you get, they'll assume that everyone just does those things. The key in awarding these special incentives or Take-A-Pics to your hostess is selling the sizzle, not the steak. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we're actually going to role play that. I'm going to show you how to present those products to a hostess. But I want to share a story with you that there is a very famous growing restaurant chain that has done just this. You'll know it when I say you can hear one particular menu item come out of the kitchen. It's Chili's. And when I say Chili's and I say that to you, what do you think? Fajitas. Chili's fajitas are the largest menu item ordered from Chili's, and primarily on the fact that they sell the sizzle, not the steak. So let's take a look at what that looks like as we present our hostess Sue with 3 products for her before show behaviors. Rather than just awarding the gifts in private, we're selling the sizzle. We are selling the sound of those fajitas coming out of the kitchen. And here's how you can present those gifts to a hostess at the beginning of the show to really create a success begot success kind of really roadmap for your hostesses. If Sue is my hostess, I'm saying, I am so excited to congratulate and recognize Sue, our hostess tonight. Sue invited me into her home to meet all of you, and when she booked her show, I was so excited because Sue is such a wonderful lady, and I was so appreciative of her, and again, inviting me into her home. Now, Sue had 3 challenges before her show, and Sue made all 3 of these challenges. So before we do anything else, I wanted to take a second and recognize her. And Sue, come on up here, because Sue had 3 challenges. And first, Sue was challenged to have 7 guests in attendance at her show. And for this, Sue got to pick one of 8 amazing products at just $14.95. And so first, when we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and counting Sue is 8, Sue made challenge number 1. And so she chose her first product, which was the enzyme peel. This product has a retail value of $39.95, and Sue gets this as her first item for 7 or more in attendance for $14.95. Sue, congratulations, you're gonna love this product. Secondly, she had a challenge to have 100 or more in outside orders. For those guests who couldn't attend because of schedule conflicts, Sue, when she called them or called you, if you couldn't attend, asked if you'd be interested in placing an order, because we have so many great products like our enzyme peel that you just saw. And Sue made that challenge. She had $143 in outside orders. So her second product that she receives has a retail value of $59.95. And Sue, we've got that for you for $14.95 as your second great product. And lastly, Sue had a challenge to have 1 booking and waiting. Someone who couldn't attend the show, but who she said, yeah, maybe you should have a show of your own. I'll come to it. And when you book a show tonight, you truly do help our hostess, Sue, qualify for more free product. You can do the same when you have your own show. But Sue did that. Janet, who couldn't attend, said she was interested in having an Alouette show. So Sue took the Slimming Mesoform. This is a $69.95 product that she gets for $14.95 as this product too. Congratulations, Sue. If y'all added that up, that ended up being $160 worth of product that she got less than $45 for making those 3 challenges of 7 or more in attendance, $100 in outside orders, and a booking and waiting. Sue, congratulations. And that's just the beginning of what you're going to receive. But thank you for being a great hostess and ensuring success of your show. Now, that really is selling the sizzle. Those are 3 little gifts, and you could just write those up in our order form at the end, but certainly presenting them in that way really not only makes Sue feel special, but really makes all those guests there at that show understand that when they have their own show, they really have some great challenges they can make and earn some great free gifts. What I hope we all see together in our training video is that successful Alouette shows don't just happen. They're planned to happen. And following the guidance from your president and your manager, your consultant manual, and the 6 great steps we shared on our video today, here is to you having not just a $1,000 show, but having a $1,000 show average. It can happen. It happens more in Alouette than anywhere I've ever seen. And following these tips and guidelines, you can make it happen in your own business. Thanks for watching our video, and see you at the top.